Hello and welcome to this week's edition of KCAT News. I'm Lane Becker.
And I'm Nick Parton. This week we'll have a very special episode that will introduce new segments.
But first we're going to throw it over to the top 5 crew so they can fill you in about what's going on at Mulvane High School.
With winter only having a month and a half left, one of the biggest issues that we are still encountering today is going out in the morning and having your car stuck in a winter wonderland. I'm Carson Turner, and with the top 5 story of the week, I'm going to be telling you how you can fix that problem. One of the biggest solutions that people typically do is they'll go out in the morning, they start up their car, they crank up the heater, then they go back inside and finish breakfast. That's called idling your car. Do not do this. This is actually terrible for your car. Not only can you risk getting fined, but it's terrible for your battery, which, by the way, Mrs. Perkins, if you're wondering why I missed your class last Friday, it's because my battery died because I idled my car. It also wastes gas and is just a terrible habit to get into. But how do we fix the problem? Well, I actually have a few tips that are going to help you keep your car away from the frost without harming it. Ice scrapers are a really good fix for this problem, but they take too long and they're often pretty gross looking. The next thing you can do is put socks over your windshield wipers. It sounds kind of silly, but it actually prevents the windshield wipers from freezing to your windshield, so you have easier access to them. Do you ever find your windows frosting from the inside of your car? Well, an actual interesting fix for this is if you use shaving cream. All you gotta do is go to your bathroom, grab your can of shaving cream and just spray all over the windows, grab your best razor and begin shaving. Okay, I'm just kidding. You actually just need to use a little bit of shaving cream and apply it to a towel and rub thoroughly throughout your windows. Tip number 4, we have getting your ice off of your mirror. It's very difficult to use with an ice scraper unless you actually put Ziploc bags over your mirrors the night before. That way the ice forms around the bags instead of your mirrors. One of the worst things about de-icing your car is getting rid of that layer of ice on the front and back windshield, but this can actually be fixed easily. All you need is a spray bottle and filling 3/4 of that with isopropyl alcohol and 1/4 of that with water, and you spray very closely to the ice on it. You can actually almost instantly get rid of the ice by doing that. Well, there you have it, folks. Now you can conquer the final month and a half of winter with ease. That's all from me. Now I'm going to throw it over to Bretton Bowman for the number 4 story.
Thanks, Carson. I have the number 4 spot, and with Valentine's Day coming up, so is the sale of the KAY Crush cans. The cans will be on sale February 8th through the 10th and will be delivered the 4th. The cans vary in 3 different colors: red, purple, and orange. Red means you're in love with them, purple means you have a crush on them, and orange just means you're stuck in the friend zone. And they are sold for $1 a piece. All the money goes to the American Heart Association on helping them spread the word on heart problems and symptoms. So if you have a crush this Valentine's Day, get them a crush. And that's all for me. Now I'm going to throw it over to Sean Benefield with a story on yearbooks.
Every moment of the year. Don't miss out on this fine piece of work. This is your chance. Go out and get one. Well, next week anyways. Yearbooks are going to be back on sale next week. It all ends February 19th. That's right, folks. This is your absolute final chance to buy a yearbook this year, and for $75. I mean, sure, you have those pictures on your phone, but how likely are those to be around in a few years with how technology is? So whether you're enjoying the high school experience or not, be sure to get out and buy a yearbook so you can relive some of those precious memories. Now I'll throw it over to Matt Temple with the number 2 story this week.
Thanks, Sean. I'm Matt Temple with another week of sports recap. First, onto the bowlers. The bowlers carved up the Augusta Orioles at Holiday Bowl on Tuesday, with both boys bowling teams coming out on top and the girls varsity remaining undefeated. Good job, bowlers. Now onto the mats for wrestling. The wrestlers traveled to the Winfield to compete against the Augusta Orioles and the Winfield Vikings yesterday, but those results won't be available until next week. The wrestlers go to Garden Plain today at 3, so make sure you wish them good luck. Good luck, wrestlers. Last week, the Wildcats traveled to the 45th Annual Roadrunner Classic hosted by Chaparral and came out with 7th place, dropping their first 2 games but beating Kingman 58-56, putting their season at 1-11. Meanwhile, for girls basketball, they hosted their own tournament, the 36th Annual Wildcat Classic, unfortunately dropping games against Garden Plain on Monday and on Tuesday losing to Campus. But look for the Lady Cats to rebound against the Wichita West Lady Pioneers Saturday at 1. Make sure you come out and support them. Well, that's all for the sports recap this week. I'll send it over to Jordan with the number 1 story.
Over Christmas break, big things were happening on the playground at both the Munson Primary School and the Mulvane Grade School. For the past couple of months, staff at both schools have been pushing for the installation of ADA accessible playground equipment. After applying for a grant through the Mulvane Education Foundation, the total purchase cost of a wheelchair-accessible swing, which is about $2,000, was completely covered, and the installation was done by the Mulvane District maintenance staff. By adding this swing, 4 grade school students can now play just like everyone else. This swing has brought a lot of excitement to the school, but it's brought the most excitement for one little boy.
Your swing, Hayden? Swing outside? Do you like your swing?
The kids cannot wait for warmer weather so that they can get out here and play on the swing once again. That's all for Top 5. I'm Jordan Pulliam, KCAT News. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, guys. Super job.
Well, it looks like Austin's turn with his fresh new segment, 2 cents in 2 minutes.
Thanks, guys, and welcome to this segment where I put my 2 cents in 2 minutes. First on the list, one day it's 80 degrees with tornadoes, and the next day it is minus 10 with school-canceling blizzards. I guess that's why they call Kansas bipolar. With the flu season still upon us, it is important to get the flu vaccine. The flu shot has been proven to reduce the risk of heart attacks, unless you give it by surprise. When it is 50 degrees in Wisconsin, people are outside wearing shorts and a t-shirt, while Florida will be wearing heavy coats. Here in Kansas, 50 is considered decent, but it only takes a strong north wind to make it cold. Having said that, temperatures are expected to drop next week, which leads into a joke from Mrs. Berg. If you get cold, go sit in the right angle of the room, where it is always 90 degrees. Last week, I said, if you have any clean jokes or pictures, send them to us. Mrs. Millage did just that. It's a picture of these puppies taking a bath. Well, at least it's clean. When live streaming the high school ball games, I have to be careful, especially during halftime, because some of the songs are copyrighted to where you cannot use it in the video. However, the musicians prefer the term contraband. And last up this week, there was a guest that attended this farmer's party. He asked the farmer, "Where did you get all that beef?" The farmer said, "Well, did you see my cows out in the yard?" The guest said, "No, I didn't, sir." That's all for this week. Next week, I'm doing classroom and school-related puns. So if you have any clean puns, send them to @KCAT News Mulvane, and it just might appear on the show. I'm Austin Fonstill for KCAT News, and I'll see you here next week, where I'll put my 2 cents in 2 minutes.
That was enchanting. My God. Fantastic job, Austin. So Lane, it looks like it's time to reveal to the students our new creation, Kids Nowadays.
What do I do? We have to move on the sheet.
Are you really going?
What you know about me? What you know about me? What you know about me? What you know? It's that my lip gloss is cool. My lip gloss be popping.
This is
Dustin Marshall, Addie Cross, Brianna Nelson, Angel Brown.
And today, we're going to talk about presidents. Now, can anybody tell me who this is? Do you know who this is?
Jeb Bush.
That's actually a very good guess, but no. What about Mr. Donald Trump?
Oh, this one's hard. Why did you raise your hand if you don't know?
Does he look silly?
Yeah. Yes. His face?
I haven't heard from you much. What do you think about him? Do you think he looks silly? What about him looks silly?
His whole entire face.
That's kind of mean to say.
I know, but it's funny.
Okay, guys. Next person is going to be
Hillary Clinton.
That's a good guess, but I wouldn't say that's correct.
Obama.
This is Ben Carson. He was, what? Okay, our next person is this lady. Who is this?
Who does Florina something. Hannavina.
Who? Say Hannah Montana?
No!
What's up?
Nothing.
Oh, he knows. Who is this?
Hillary Clinton.
Make this face right now.
Her eyes all sticking out.
Okay. What do you think about this face she's making? Do you know who her husband is? Her husband was president.
Obama.
What you know about me? What you know about me? What you know about me?
Those dang kids, always saying silly stuff, not to mention those handsome gentlemen asking the questions. Well, folks, that's all we have for this week. I'm Lane Becker.
And I'm Nick Parton.
And thanks for watching KCAT News.